Jesus, sorry, I sneezed exactly as the live started there. Oh, I think I might sneeze again. Sorry, so sorry. Okay, so hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Now, what we're going to talk about in this video are very emotional things, because we're going to talk about the Southport stabbing attacks and the things that have transpired today or within the last couple of days. Now, there's been a few things that have sort of come up, like, and I've sort of almost been resisting doing a video about it because I know that everyone feels very emotional about this. It's like, it's so difficult when children are involved, and and then it resulted in all the riots and so basically what I want to say first is I don't want any disrespectful comments, please. I know most of my regular chatters, you wouldn't dream of making a disrespectful comment, because this video or this situation and the awful events of a couple of weeks ago in Southport, where 3 girls were murdered in a sort of what seems like a senseless attack by a young man, a 17-year-old man from the local area. It sort of seemed to be the spark, let's say, to all the horrible things that were happening in the UK over the last couple of weeks, the riots, etc. And I don't want to talk about that, about the political side of it. I don't want to talk about that at all. And part of the reason I don't want to talk about that is because that's what the parents of these girls have said. They don't want the deaths of their children being used as a political tool for anything. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to talk about the girls. We're going to talk about what's happening in the inquiry, etc. And we're going to talk about some of the things that the parents have talked about. And we're going to talk about Alice's funeral, which was today. And those guys. So we're concentrating on these victims, these young girls. Let's have a look at them. Let me just take my banner off. So let's have a look. So up in the corner here, we've got the picture of Alice, or Alice. She's Portuguese descent, so I'm not sure how her parents would pronounce it. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. I think it's probably Alice. And it was her funeral today. You don't expect to bury a little girl like that, do you? But anyway, unfortunately, that's what her parents were faced with today. So we're going to talk about her funeral, but let's have a better look at her. Look at a bigger picture. So there she is. This was her communion. Bless her. And a big smile. We'll see when we're looking at what people have said about her. One of Elisa's traits was a big smile. She had a big smile. Anyway. Right, I think it should be working again now. I've terrible problems with my audio. I'm so sorry about that. Right, you should be able to see me, and you should be able to hear me now, and you should be able to see this picture of Elisa. But basically, first of all, I want to look at this video that her parents have released today. So this is a video of it. So I just need to put out a bit of a trigger warning as well, because this video is going to be talking about sort of children who have died. You may find it upsetting. It's upsetting to even make the video, to be honest. But then what do? Do I not mention it? Do I not make a video? I feel like these girls' names and their stories need to be talked about, but it's also sort of quite, difficult. So just a trigger warning that you may find it emotional.
To be like, hey guys, today.
Let me just put that.
To be like, hey guys, today it's me. I got my makeup on to test my teacher. Look at this. Somebody do.
So she's got a makeup on to test her teacher. She seems a right little madam, which is really sweet, a real personality.
And now, guys, but thank you for watching all my videos. Get this started, and no one knows, but look at my eyeshadows. Bye, guys. See you later. Bye. To be like, hey, guys, today it's me. I got my makeup on to test my teacher. Look at this. Somebody do. And now, guys, but thank you for watching all my videos. Get this started, and no one knows, but look at my eyeshadows.
So yeah, her parents have released that video today. So her parents have released it publicly. They want people to see it. It's very sad, isn't it? You could just cry sort of looking at it, really. Hi, Silver Souls. Oh, I understand. I understand. It's very difficult to know. You want to show the respect, but then the parents, what we've got to remember is her parents have shown that video because they want it to be seen, I would imagine. They've also given permission for part of the funeral to be filmed. So we're going to look at the Sky News coverage, and we're going to look at the Channel 4 or 5 coverage. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Pink plumes on a horse-drawn carriage, the little girl described as a princess by her parents. They arrived by car as well-wishers lined the street in silence and clapped as the cortege passed by. The tragedy of the loss of one so young, all too evident, not just for family and friends, but for those who had fought so hard to save lives.
I mean, imagine the ambulance people who tried to save a life. Sorry, I'm just probably better I don't say anything, because I just want to say though that the coffin or it's just so tiny. It's just awful.
Dreadful day. 9-year-old Alice Da Silva Aguirre died from her injuries a day after she was stabbed at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport. 2 other girls, Bebe King and Elsie Stancombe, were also killed. Alice's parents listened as her uncle read a letter from them to their daughter.
Dear Alice, you were our perfect dream child. Everything was idyllic from the moment you arrived. A good girl with strong values and kind nature, a lover of animals and an environmentalist in the making. You moved our world with your confidence and empathy. Playful, energetic, friendly, and always so respectful. A peacemaker of the playground.
Her head teacher listed what she described as the 7 Alice qualities, including her happy disposition.
Alice wore a natural smile every day. It wasn't forced and it wasn't put on. It was everywhere she went. It was her best friend.
And there was a reference to the rioting that followed the killings from the Chief Constable of Merseyside.
Now, I thought this was interesting because the Chief Constable of Merseyside has got up to make a statement. It must be at the family's request. They must have requested this. So I hope people will listen to this and realise, just realise what the family want.
You have shown great courage in asking me to be here today to speak, to give a message from you, Alice's family, to say that you do not want there to be any more violence on the streets of the United Kingdom in the name of your daughter.
The priest who conducted the funeral mass earlier explained what impact that violence had had on Alice's family.
It's the last thing in the world they need. It's the exact opposite response to what was needed. The response that was needed is what we'll see today, is what we've seen in the vast majority of the response has just been love, symbolised by flowers and teddies and little gifts and messages.
What was your reaction to the violence that happened here at Southport and beyond?
We were in shock from the Monday, and we still are, from the attack on the Monday, but the Tuesday, it was, what planet are these people off? This is absolute madness.
It was only a few weeks ago that Alice was here at the same church for her first communion.
Alice was full of life, but most strikingly, her smile. She smiled like the sun.
And evidence of that is in the photos and video released by her parents today.
Oh, dear.
Hey guys, today it's me. I got my makeup on to test my teacher.
And perhaps the most poignant image of all, Alice next to a cardboard cutout of Taylor Swift, waiting to start her dance class on the day she was stabbed.
Oof, gosh, on the actual day. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Sky News coverage, and then we're going to look at some other things. It's very difficult, anyway, not as difficult as it is for her parents. There's going to be 2 more funerals coming up, unfortunately, Bebe and Elsie Dot, and their parents will decide if they want to make their funerals public or not. That's their decision.
Of mourners gathering along the streets, lining the street to wish a final farewell to Alice da Silva Aguirre, just 9 years old. And you can see the horses with the pink and white feathers in their hair, a white carriage, some little girls and boys behind the carriage too. Her parents, Sergio and Alexander.
I really feel for this commentator, because I feel like she just doesn't know what to say. You don't know what to say. Like normally when I'm playing a video or whatever, I'll come on and comment, etc. But literally speechless.
We're joined by family, friends at St. Patrick's Catholic Church in the town this afternoon. Also joined by Serena Kennedy, Chief Constable of Merseyside Police, paying her respects, along with many uniformed officers, ambulance workers and fire service workers, we're told, who attended the scene on the day. They too have come out to pay their respects to this, the first of, unfortunately, what will be 3 funerals that will take place for the 3 little girls who were killed in Southport in those stabbings on the 29th of July. And a reminder to you that we are watching the pictures of the funeral held earlier. Just a short while ago it ended for Alice da Silva Aguirre, just 9 years old. She died alongside 7-year-old Elsie Dot Stankham, Bebe King, who was just 6. And this picture that has been sent to us here on Sky News is of Alice da Silva Aguirre on the day that that horrific attack took place in Southport. And you can see just how happy she is alongside that Taylor Swift cutout. It was, of course, a Taylor Swift dance workshop that she and several others were attending. There were, of course, many, many young people injured. The dance workshop teacher that tried to protect them injured. many of them in hospital right up until Friday, when they were all finally confirmed by health officials that everyone who was injured had been released. Alice Da Silva Aguirre, the first of 3 little girls killed on that day, to have her funeral take place. I'm going to talk to you again about those pictures that we've just had. And I want to let you know that out of respect for the family and for their privacy, we did not bring you any of this earlier. We waited for the funeral to take place, and we have now been given permission to run these pictures.
So the family is given permission for the pictures. I don't know. I have nothing to say. I'm just speechless. But it's just awful. I cannot imagine how that feels for that family. Anyway, I want to tell you another couple of things about the stabbings. First of all, the inquest has opened. So the inquest has been open. I think it was on Friday, 7th of August. Was that Thursday or Friday? The inquest was actually open. So a coroner will open the inquest into their deaths at Bootle Town Hall in Merseyside. So it's the Merseyside coroner. And normally what happens, as we saw with Jay Slater, his inquest has been opened as well. The inquest is opened, and then, who knows when the actual inquest hearing will be. We don't know that yet. So we know that Axel Ruda Cabana, 17, from Lancashire, is set to stand trial next year after being charged with 3 counts of murder, 10 counts of attempted murder, and possession of a bladed article in a public place. There's Alice again. Oh, little Elsie. And Bebe. Now, I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, Bebe's older sister, or Bebe, I think her name is pronounced Bebe, not Bebe, but her older sister was there as well and witnessed the whole thing, which I'm going to read to you about. There's the floral tributes that are there. So anyway, the inquest is opened. I think the inquest will be sort of pretty straightforward. At the end of the day, these girls, they were stabbed. They were stabbed to death. And it was murder. It's got to be. I don't know what happens in that case. I think if they open an inquest, and of course it's known that these girls were murdered, so when will the actual hearing be? Will it have to wait till after the trial? I feel for the people that are going to have to do this inquest as well. I feel for the jury that's going to have to hear this case, for the judge, for anyone who's got to hear about this. It's just going to be horrible, isn't it? But let's just see. So Bebe's parents released a statement to say that Bebe's older sister here, so this is Bebe's parents, this is Bebe, and they released a statement to say that her older sister witnessed the stabbing attack that had killed her in Southport, and they described Bebe as full of joy, light and love. And they said that their older daughter, who's 9 years old, because Bebe was only 6, and Jeannie is 9, had shown incredible strength and courage since that day. And their statement said that Jeannie's resilience was a testament to the love and bond she shared with her little sister. The couple also thanked the public in Southport and beyond for for the outpouring of love and support during this unimaginably difficult time. Now, the bit of positive news, of course, is that all children who were injured in the knife attack, apart from obviously these 3 poor angels who died, have been discharged from hospital. So there's not going to be any other victims, but 3 victims is 3 too many, isn't it? So here is the family statement from Bebe's parents. Now I'll try and read it out without bursting into tears, but I can't promise. On Monday the 29th of July, our world was shattered by the loss of our precious daughter Bebe, along with 2 other beautiful souls, Elsie and Alice. She was taken away from us in an unimaginable act of violence that has left our hearts broken beyond repair. Our beloved Bebe, only 6 years old, was full of joy, light and love, and she will always remain in our hearts as the sweet, kind and spirited girl we adore. The outpouring of love and support from our community and beyond has been a source of incredible comfort during this unimaginably difficult time. From the pink lights illuminating Sefton and Liverpool to the pink bows, flowers, balloons, cards and candles left in her memory, we have been overwhelmed by the kindness and compassion shown to our family. The response from Southport, the whole of Liverpool, and even further afield has deeply touched our hearts, and we are grateful to everyone who's reached out to us. We want to acknowledge our older daughter, Jeannie, who witnessed the attack and managed to escape. She has shown such incredible strength and courage, and we are so proud of her. Her resilience is a testament to the love and the bond she shared with her little sister, and we will continue to support her as we navigate this painful journey together as a family. Our thoughts are also with everyone else involved in this tragedy and for all those who are injured. We hope that they will find strength and healing in the days ahead. To the children who witnessed this terrible event, we send our love and hope that they too can begin to heal, surrounded by the care and support of those who love them. To the emergency services who acted with care, such care and professionalism on that terrible day, thank you. Your support has continued as you have looked after our family with compassion and dedication, and we will forever be grateful for the way you have helped us through this harrowing time. To our community, friends and strangers who have shown us such love, thank you. Your messages, your tributes and your presence have meant the world to us and have helped us find some solace in our grief. We are also thinking of Elsie and Alice's families who are sharing in this unimaginable loss, and we hold them close in our hearts. Our hearts are broken, but we find some comfort in knowing that Bebe was so deeply loved by all who knew her. She will forever be our shimmering star, and we will carry her with us in everything we do. With love and gratitude, Lauren, Ben and Jeannie. Oh, so dignified, so dignified. On Tuesday, a memorial service was held in Southport St Patrick's Church for Alice, whose funeral is due to take place on Sunday, and that's what we've just watched. One speaker who spoke on behalf of Alice's family fought back tears as she said, "Alice, you are the most beautiful, strongest girl in the world, and I hope you know we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Keep smiling and dancing with the girls." Jean Stevenson, Elsie's great aunt, previously said the 7-year-old was absolutely the sweetest child you could ever wish to meet. And Miss Stevenson said she'd been teaching Elsie to sew and remembered her delight at being able to make her own top. So yeah, it's all very sad, isn't it? It's all very sad. But you know, the parents, so dignified. Hi, David. I'm afraid this is not very cheerful stream is tonight. And in fact, I've nearly finished. I think I may play the funeral one more time for people who maybe didn't get in time to see it. But let's see.
Pink plumes on a horse-drawn carriage, the little girl described as a princess by her parents. They arrived by car as well-wishers lined the street in silence and clapped as the cortege passed by. The tragedy of the loss of one so young, all too evident, not just for family and friends, but for those who had fought so hard to save lives that dreadful day. 9-year-old Alice da Silva Aguirre died from her injuries a day after she was stabbed at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport. 2 other girls, Bebe King and Elsie Stancombe, were also killed. Alice's parents listened as her uncle read a letter from them to their daughter.
Dear Alice, you were our perfect dream child. Everything was idyllic from the moment you arrived. A good girl with strong values and kind nature, a lover of animals and an environmentalist in the making. You moved our world with your confidence and empathy. Playful, energetic, friendly, and always so respectful. A peacemaker of the playground.
Her head teacher listed what she described as the 7 Alice qualities, including her happy disposition.
Alice wore a natural smile every day. It wasn't forced and it wasn't put on. It was everywhere she went. It was her best friend.
And there was a reference to the rioting that followed the killings from the Chief Constable of Merseyside.
You have shown great courage in asking me to be here today, to speak, to give a message from you, Alice's family, to say that you do not want there to be any more violence on the streets of the United Kingdom in the name of your daughter.
The priest who conducted the funeral mass earlier explained what impact that violence had had on Alice's family.
It's the last thing in the world they need. It's the exact opposite response to what was needed. The response that was needed is what we'll see today, is what we've seen in the vast majority of the response has just been love, symbolised by flowers and teddies and little gifts and messages.
What was your reaction to the violence that happened here at Southport and beyond?
We were in shock from the Monday, and we still are, from the attack on the Monday, but the Tuesday, it was, what planet are these people on? This is absolute madness.
It was only a few weeks ago that Alice was here at the same church for her first communion.
Alice was full of life, but most strikingly, her smile. She smiled like the sun.
And evidence of that is in the photos and video released by her parents today.
Hey guys, today it's me. I got my makeup on to test my teacher.
And perhaps the most poignant image of all, Alice next to a cardboard cutout of Taylor Swift, waiting to start her dance class on the day she was stabbed.
Yeah, very poignant photo. Anyway. Okay, so Highland. I know. It's the high chumber. It's too depressing, isn't it? It's too depressing, but you know, it's happened, and you know, I'm just speechless, to be honest. I don't know what to say. I had to come on and show you the funeral, etc., because we've been following it and it's important. But yeah, there's nothing, you know, nothing cheerful there, is there? But I do think the parents are so dignified. The statements, not only Alice's parents, but also Bebe's parents, if you came in too late for that, you know, them saying about how Bebe's sister, Jeannie, actually witnessed the attack, you know, and the parents had just been so dignified. I don't know what, you know, I don't know what to say, because I just don't know what to say. Anyway, we have got some fun coming up this week. So just to completely change the subject and maybe dry our tears a little bit, is on Wednesday. It is my birthday, and I am going to be doing a special stream on Wednesday that will be cheerful, that will be fun, hopefully. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, we need something to now, you know, I've been having problems with my bloody webcam as well. So if we can get through something without the as soon as I even touch the wire, it just all goes wrong. But anyway, so yeah, we look forward to Wednesday. I mean, there's more to come before Wednesday. I'm sure I'll be on at some point tomorrow. Tuesday night is the members live, but on Wednesday I will be having, not sure what time yet. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm 21 for at least the third time. And David, in fact, I started going backwards. When I got to 49, I started going backwards with my age. So actually, I think I'm about 38 or something like that, or even less. But anyway, yeah, we'll have a bit of fun on Wednesday. We deserve a bit of fun. It's all been a bit depressing lately. And of course, there will be 2 more funerals to come, unfortunately. Bebe's funeral and Elsie Dot's. I don't know if their parents are going to want to do their funerals publicly. I mean, all that coverage that we just witnessed, the parents will have given permission for that to go out. They probably wanted it to go out, you know, so that'll be something that they've given permission for. Otherwise, it won't be out there publicly on the news. Nobody's gone and done a sort of surreptitious recording of the funerals. Yes, we'll eat cake. We'll eat cake. Cake and champagne, or a cocktail, or 2, or 3, or 4. You know, need to celebrate it in some way. You know, I'm not at an age now really where birthdays should be celebrated, but do you know what? In a way they should, because there's so many people don't get a chance, do they? Look at poor Alice. You know, she's been taken. She was 10. You know, so as I think I've said in other videos, we do owe it to people who haven't been lucky enough to get to an advanced stage. I've been lucky enough to get there, but you know, so many people aren't lucky enough to get to even an older age than Alice. You know, you just never know, do you? So we do owe it to those people to make the best of our lives, don't we? I think. You're going to have a coffee and Bailey's, Chumba. That sounds good. Yeah. And I've got an idea for a little sort of, not exactly a quiz, sort of a quiz. Anyway, I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. I've got an idea for it, and if I get around to actually, you know, I've got to plan it a little bit, so I'm sure I will have time to do it. And so there'll be some fun. There'll be some fun. Okay, so the ghost from my bedroom. No, I haven't been in that bedroom. I was going to go in it because I did a paranormal stream last Tuesday on the members live on Tuesday, and I was going to go in there to do the stream, but it was just too much faffing taking everything up there, and you know, so in the end I didn't. Oh, Princess Tia's giving me a cuddle. You give me a cuddle. Oh, we had a little bit of a disaster, well, a near disaster last night when Princess Tia who is a beautiful dog. And honest to God, she's the least aggressive dog you would ever imagine with people. But she does not like my other 2 dogs at all. I think it's a territorial thing. She's all right when we're out. You know, if we're out for a walk, she's fine. She'll play with them. But in the house, we cannot leave them alone together. We can't leave them together, even alone or not. So they've always got to be kept separate. And last night, Riley, little shit, escaped from my room where he was supposed to be, you know, constrained in my room. And he escaped and nearly got eaten by Princess Tia. So, you know, there was a big rescue operation. There was a lot of barking, a lot of crying, mainly from me. And anyway, he's fine. Riley's fine. But I think he got a bit of a shock. I don't think he'd be doing that again, trying to escape. But do you know what caused it? Is, you know, how the bangers go off every now and again. So it was midnight. Why on earth bangers would be going off at midnight? There was absolutely no reason for it. And the bangers were going off. So that makes all the dogs anxious. So the German Shepherd, Princess Tia, she was anxious. Riley was anxious. That's why he was trying to escape out of my room, because he was trying to get to me. Anyway, it nearly ended in a disaster. But I've got to find somewhere else to live. I think I just can't live here any longer. It's just a nightmare. But anyway, Riley has lived to see another day, but he nearly didn't. A Vicky quiz. It is sort of going to be a Vicky quiz. So anyway, I hope you're all okay, because I know that was quite sad. Anyone who's watching this on catch up as well, it's I hope you're okay, because you know this definitely triggers all of us. I think these 3 little girls, and anyway, okay, I'm going. So I will see you really soon in the next video, and until then, as always, may your God go with you. And I'm gonna listen, just as I'm sat here, David, my neighbour has come in and out of the house and banged the door 10 times in the last 5 minutes. It's impossible to live here, I tell you. Anyway, okay, so let's have a little closer look at, in fact, we'll have a look at all 3 of the girls. Yep, so rest in peace, Bebe, Alice, and Elsie Dot. So I'll see you really soon in the next video, and until then, may your God go with you. Bye.